I never thought my quiet retreat in the rolling hills of rural Montana would turn into a battlefield. But that's exactly what happened one chilly March night in 2024. I'm Ethan Carter, a certified land surveyor with over a decade and a half under my belt, specializing in tricky boundary cases. I bought this secluded cabin last fall precisely because it was free from any neighborhood association's grip-eyed, double-checked every deed, every stake, every legal inch to make sure. No meddling HOA could touch it. The state lines were ironclad. Or so I believed. It started with the growl of heavy machinery shaking me awake around midnight. Peeking through the blinds, I saw floodlights piercing the darkness. An excavator clawing into the earth just yards from my front door. My heart pounded as I watched the operator carve a deep trench around my entire lot, like they were drawing a noose. Voices cut through the rumble. This is the surveyor's place. Make sure he feels it. Another barked back. Boss says we can hit him anywhere. Chills ran down my spine. They knew who I was, what I did for a living. This wasn't some drunk prank. It was a calculated strike. I didn't rush out yelling. Years of dealing with heated disputes had taught me better. Instead, I flipped on my hidden trail cams and security grid, capturing every angle in high def. GPS stamped footage. The excavator bore logos from Ryan Mitchell's rental fleet. License plate glowing under the beams. They worked like pros, following precise coordinates that mirrored my own property surveys. 47 minutes later, they vanished, leaving a 3-foot gash encircling my home, utilities severed, and concrete slabs blocking my drive. Fake emergency access signs mocked me in sloppy font, screaming amateur hour amid the pro-level destruction. Come dawn, the damage hit like a gut punch, ruined landscaping. Safety hazards everywhere. Felony-level vandalism under Montana law. But digging deeper literally, I found a USB drive taped under my mailbox, loaded with their GPS logs and timestamps. This had been planned for days, not spur-of-the-moment spite. Someone inside was leaking proof, turning the tables. As a surveyor, I spotted the intent: create visual chaos to question boundaries, undermine my credibility. Why me? My job made me a target. But for what? The plot thickened when Victoria Lang showed up at noon with a posse of worried locals. Her silver-streaked hair impeccable, her voice dripping false concern. She'd spun tales that my surveys endangered their homes, devaluing properties, even risking kids' futures. Your unauthorized mappings could void our deeds, she claimed, waving papers stamped with phony state seals. My trained eye caught the fakes instantly. Wrong paper, botched formats, invented codes. But her crowd bought it, eyes wide with manufactured fear. Mrs. Kim from down the road whispered she'd overheard Victoria on the phone. Pour the concrete before the assessor shows. She'd recorded it. Suspicious of the escalating safety measures Victoria peddled as minor fixes. One turned into a full trench, then barriers all unauthorized. Officer Harlan arrived, face grim as I played the tapes. This reeks of property theft. Not a spat, he muttered. Inspector Vargas confirmed no dig permits filed. Utilities hit illegally. Victoria doubled down, ranting about drought prevention in a bone-dry season. Her forged docs crumbling under scrutiny. Then my phone buzzed, an anonymous text. She's gunning for more than dirt. Check your license now. Dread knotted my stomach as I logged in. Bam. A formal grievance accusing me of boundary scams, endangering communities, fake witnesses, doctored evidence. Someone had poured resources into torching my career. The USB spilled more. Victoria's kin had lost big in a land feud years back, blaming surveyors like me for their ruin. This was vengeance. pure and vicious. Word spread fast in surveyor circles. Peers vouched for my spotless record. State board sniffed out the fraud. But digging into Ryan's gear logs. Jackpot. Soil matches. Tool marks identical across 4 other surveyors' sites in neighboring states, same trenches. Same playbook. We convened urgently. 8 of us swapping horror stories, midnight digs, community smears, license hits. It screamed organized racket, not lone grudge. Media frenzy erupted, splitting the town. Sophia Reed, Victoria's right hand, hit the airwaves pleading innocence. This is for community good meetings. Services. One man's ego blocks progress. But board leaks exposed $400,000 in unapproved HOA funds funneled to her pet projects. Tensions boiled as neighbors picked sides, property rights versus greater good. Was this democracy or dictatorship? Forensics ramped up the drama. GPS jammers in Victoria's car. Tampered boundary stakes across counties. Civil rights alarms blared. FBI. Treasury jumped in. Turns out, our harassment masked a $20 million insurance scam empire. They'd fudge boundaries, trigger fake claims, cash in big. Eliminating us surveyors silenced the experts who could expose it. Ryan flipped informant, his tapes nailing the web. As lead witness in the federal trial, I laid it bare, precise mappings proving the fraud. My docs airtight. The courtroom crackled. Victoria's empire crumbled under cross-exam. She got 18 years. Full restitution. Ryan probation for turning states. Assets seized, funded repairs. My trench became a blooming garden. Symbol of comeback. Looking back, what started as a dark night ambush snowballed into dismantling a criminal beast. Persistence. Evidence. Unity. They flipped the script. But it begs questions. If your livelihood was under siege like this, would you stay cool and document? Or charge in and risk it all? Is revenge ever justified when laws fail families? Should HOAs wield such power? Or are they breeding grounds for tyrants? Drop your takes in the comments. Does this fire you up? Hit like if justice wins. Subscribe for more real-life twists that make you question everything. What's your line in the sand?